here with LOL Miss Nikki on IntellectualRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in. You were just listening to the sounds of Sid Yiddish, Living the Life I Bring. I am hooked on that. Like, I could listen to that all day. That is just SoundCloud. Check it out. Oh my goodness. Like, this weather, I can't. Like, I was in the bed for like 4 days sick. This is ridiculous. I can't stand this. Like, I need sunlight. But I wanted to say a special shout out to Midwest Entertainment Network. I call them the men for short. We had a fantastic show on Friday at Jalapenos in Indiana. We had a fantastic lineup. I want to thank all the comedians who came out, all the fans who came out, everybody who supported and spent money that night. It was awesome. We made enough gas money to get back to Chicago. It was great. So, we're going to be doing that show every month. Follow my page. Usually my profile picture has the flyer of the next show that I'm doing. But May 7th, check the date. We usually do it on Fridays, but May 7th is special because that is Cinco de Mayo weekend. We'll be doing that Sunday, May 7th, Jalapeno, 7:30 p.m. Buy those tickets, reserve those tables. It's going to go down as a hot show. I promise you. Also, I want to shout out to Dr. Miami. Congratulations on your premiere over the weekend. We were blessed to have him interview with us here. I'm excited to check out the show. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I'm going to look at it tonight. I'm going to get my fuzzy socks and put it on and relax and chill, and hopefully I'm good in the OR to see like stuff. I just don't know what I'm about to see. So I'm going to eat first and hope for the best. But check out the show, follow the show. Matter of fact, you know what? You need to follow some stuff on IntellectualRadio.com. We got some amazing shows here, like The Cat's Out the Bag, He Said, She Said, The Dominic Nadi Show, Roman Morrow, The Drive at 5, Jaw Jacking. Like all our stuff, go to the page. Matter of fact, you're going to listen to my sponsors right now. Thank you. And I know y'all want to know who's here, but I thank you for logging on, and be right back. You're listening to LOL Miss Nikki.
Turn it up.
Fatiqua Entertainment.
Yeah.
The company that knows how to party. Every event, from weddings to birthdays, we have the DJs and MCs to rock your crowd. We have the sound and light show to make it huge. And we have the talent and experience to always get it right. We are the party experts.
You already know.
Hit 'em with it.
Fatiqua Entertainment.
Get your insurance policy reviewed. The ladies at American Family Insurance will review and explain policy coverages, limits, and what they mean, so you can be sure you are properly protected exactly as you like and need. The Anna Heron Bassick Agency has been awarded year after year for providing excellent customer service. Whether it's auto, motorcycles, or life and home, Anna's agency deals with them all. Call Anna or Justina today for your free insurance review at 773-794-9200. That's 773-794-9200. Like them on Facebook at facebook.com/AH Agency. They speak English, Spanish, and Croatian.
The weekend is near. Your event is around the corner. You need to look your best. Let Marquin Salon help you look good. They create everyday art with their clients' hair. Located at 2157 West Division Street, on the southeast corner of Levitt and Division by St. Mary's Hospital. Marquin Salon is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they are closed on Saturdays. Marquin Salon, where first-time customers get 25% off of all services. Like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Marquin Salon, MarquinSalon. Follow Marquin Salon on Twitter, Instagram, and Google+. To make an appointment, call 773-782-8477. That's 773-782-8477. For questions and info, you can email Marquin Salon at marquinsalon@gmail.com.
Are you looking for cosmetic or reconstructive plastic surgery? Dr. Clark Shirla is a board-certified Chicago plastic surgeon and has worked with surgeons from Northwestern Memorial Hospital, Children's Memorial Hospital, and many others. Contact Northwestern Specialist in Plastic Surgery today and schedule an appointment to see Dr. Shirla about rediscovering your inner beauty and realizing the personal image you have always desired. Call them now at 312-266-6240. That's right, 312-266-6240. Or you can check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Chicago Plastics.
Your wedding day, a day that you've envisioned in your mind since you were a child, and now that it's becoming a reality, don't risk your once-in-a-lifetime event to a once-in-a-while amateur you found on Craigslist. The entertainment you choose for your special day can either make or break your celebration. You can never redo your wedding, but you can avoid a costly mistake by hiring a true professional. We make every wedding unforgettable. Welcome to Batiqua Entertainment.
Living the life I bring. Here we are in the studio, and I'm going to tell you because the guy who's singing that's right, he's right here. Give it up for Sid Yiddish here in the studio. I know some of you might recognize him, some of you might not, but we about to tell it all, right, Sid?
That's right.
Thank you for
Nikki.
joining
Oh,
me.
hey, you're welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, we're going to put the rumor out there. This is my son, for those of you who don't know.
And this is my mother.
So we'll let y'all figure that out during the course of this show. I can't wait to see the inboxes afterwards. It's a long story, right, Sid?
That's right. Well, we have an hour, so we can get to it
That's
eventually.
Right. That's right. So tell me about this track. I love it. What is your style of singing?
Well, this thing was a song I had actually written in 20 minutes. I was asked to write this song. I wrote it on the spot in 20 minutes, and I brought all my instruments down to this studio, which is the name of the label is Chicago Shop by his name is Chip Nipple, and he's based now in New York. And he was in my band. He was in Candy Store Henchman.
Yes.
And so we worked on it. I think he worked on it for like 3 years, and he finally released it last year as a single. Instruments you hear on it are like vuvuzela, the Vietnamese jaw harp, my shofar, which is a ram's horn, slide whistles, and of course throat singing. And then he threw in a bunch of other stuff. So
I love the vibe, I got to tell you. By the way, is Candy Store Henchman still together?
yes, we are.
Okay.
We're going on right now at about 6.5 years. It'll be 6.5 years in June.
That is awesome. Are we releasing a new album?
We are about to start recording sometime in mid-June, I think.
Because you were I'm okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I've seen your video of being on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And that made you super famous. That catapulted you to stardom.
Yeah.
Tell the story. I want the fans to hear this.
The way I got on the show was I had been throat singing, and 3 of my friends, all different coasts, the left, the west, and the east, said to me, hey, there's a throat singer on, there's a guy that was a throat singer on the year before. If he can do it, you can do it. So the short story is the night before the audition, I had another show, and I had finished that at 1 a.m, and then I drove to the Oasis, checked my email, didn't have internet at home at the time. Then I went home, took a really quick shower, and then I got changed, and then I hopped the L, and then I got a cab to McCormick Place, and so had the audition there, the tryout, the initial tryout there, and already I'd been up for about 36 hours.
Oh.
And yeah, that's what I said. And they said, okay, well, we'll get back to you. They kept bringing me back into room after room after room after room, and they finally interviewed me, and I was like, can I take a nap? No, you can't take a nap. And so I said, okay, fine. And then I waited, and they said, well, we'll contact you if we want you. So nothing. And then January of that year, I got this email saying, well, you've got something here. We really like you. How about we want you to come to a tape celebrity shoot in Minneapolis. So I said, okay, when you guys send me the tickets, I'll believe it. And sure enough, those tickets showed up, and then that's when I did the show, and I was in front of Pierce Morgan, Sharon Osbourne, who didn't even know what to make of me when I walked out on the stage in my costume, and then Howie Mandel, who called me the what did he call me? He called me the I think he called me like the Hasidic Lone Ranger. So.
If you see the costume, you'll understand that. So
yeah. And so I didn't make it past. I didn't make it past the first one. I mean, Sharon just like, boom, right down.
away.
Yeah, right away. She didn't even say anything to me. She didn't not know what to make of me.
But what's crazy is that short amount of footage.
Yeah.
How did you get the call to the next level? Because
well, the call came in January.
No.
Oh, you're talking about
the video.
Oh, the video.
Yes.
Well, okay, the video. The way that happened was I didn't know if I was going to be on or not. What happened was the night that they were showing it on TV, I had a show anyway. I had already had something booked, so I had seen previews and I was pretty miserable because you know, they didn't tell me I was going to be on, and I was super miserable, you know, because I had thought they weren't going to show me, and then that's when I went and did my show, and then my phone blew up, and then my text box blew up, and the next day on Facebook I had like 25 friend requests, you know, and then suddenly everybody out of the woodwork who knew me is like, that's my friend Sid Yiddish, and people wanted me to show up at their bars, and you know, yeah. I mean, it was just funny, and I wasn't told I was going to be on, but I knew this other band that they were told they were going to be on, and then they didn't show them, but they showed me. So, and I heard that they were cheering at the top of their lungs.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing.
yeah, and so then after that, everything kind of just like went up from there, and suddenly everybody wanted me.
All of a sudden, you were on rap videos.
Oh yeah, well,
that's where I was going with that question.
Okay.
How did we end up from, oh my God, I'm not happy with what just happened, but
oh, how did I get to Ludacris?
Yes.
Okay, well, Ludacris this is ironic. I applied for a Carl Thomas video through Craigslist, and then 3 days before the Ludacris shoot, they wrote me back and they said, "Hey, can you come to Atlanta to do this video?" I said, "We've got the perfect part for you. Do you still have the beard?" And I said, "Sure." And the first thing I said was no, because I couldn't afford it, because I said, "You guys going to fly me down?" No.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I said yes, and then we finally found a way to get me there. My small label that I was on at the time said, "Get us an address and we'll fly you down there." So they flew me to Atlanta, and I couch surfed one night, and I slept another night in the airport. And they picked me up. It was like a 14 to 18 hour shoot in this rented house in I want to say outside of Atlanta, and it was the hottest day of the year that weekend. It was like 106 degrees. And
you're in full costume.
Yeah, I'm full costume. And on top of that, it's no air conditioning in the house. So it's like, it's industrial fans. And I think that was the first time I'd ever seen somebody twerk. You know, because I remember this girl, she's kind of like, "What's twerking? How do you twerk?" And of course, 6 months later,
there you are.
Yeah, it became popular. So that's how I got that. That's how I got that role.
That's amazing. Like, okay, I'm going to rewind a little bit.
Okay.
When did you know that you wanted to start singing and performing and have this?
Well, this was my second career, really. I was actually full-time in media and publishing, and then I lost my job in 2009, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna try my other thing that I've been going at for almost most of my life, you know, into poetry and stuff and music and things like that. But nothing came together up until after I lost my job. So, and then I went full-time performing and doing workshops and things like that.
And it's amazing because you've managed to keep like going through school, educating yourself, like you're nonstop. It's amazing. By the way, I want you to tell the fans about the hat.
Okay. All right. Well, this is my second one.
The 2.0.
Right. I also have a third one as well, but that one's still in the dugout. And but the first one was covered in pins. English, about 3/4 English, and a fourth in Danish. And that's resting now in retirement on my mortarboard when I got my master's last year.
That is awesome. Also, people, you may not be familiar with him here unless you've watched the TV show Shameless. You've been on Shameless.
Yes.
You've been on a bunch of shows.
Shameless, Empire, Patriot, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, APB.
I mean, you're doing it. Like,
Yeah.
you are constantly working. That's why I'm like so amazed. Like, you still get the chance to perform. You're still able to study. We filmed Independent together. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, well,
It's
yeah,
crazy
that
project.
film was crazy. That film was super
But we
crazy.
had so much fun.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
yeah,
have fun filming it, you know, and I'm blessed that we got to meet and, you know, have our relationship. I think it's awesome. But
So the
Denmark-
mother-son relationship, you can't go wrong there.
You just can't. You just can't. And he helped me with my Yiddish because my Yiddish was just, no, not passable at all. He helped me. I was going to tell the fans how famous you are in Denmark. How did that happen?
Oh, Denmark. This was kind of strange, like everything is for me. I met those guys through YouTube. They were looking for there's a punk rock icon in New York. His name is Michael Bord. He's got a band called Artless, or he had a band called Artless in the 80s. Punk rock stuff, all up in New York. And they were looking for his video. And they couldn't find anything, so they tapped in Michael Bord, and they found my throat singing video that I've got called Michael Bord Weasel Squeezer, and then we kind of hooked up from there, really. And then the next year they became my backing band over Skype when we did a festival called Chicago Calling, and they were playing. They scored my these pieces I have called Jazz Haiku-orama, like little haikus, and they scored the background for me, and we kept doing that up until right around late 2009. They said, well, Sid, you have to come over here. I said, not until we have a record. And so we recorded a record at Swing State, and actually it's called Safari Freak Show Adventure. Which became the name of our tour, and then it was released in Denmark in 2010, and I toured over there with them, with the Clean Boys, for 2.5 weeks in a camper van, and
Beats couch surfing.
Yeah. Well, I was doing a little bit of that too while I was there. A lot of people opened up their homes to me.
That's
a lot of nice people there, and Denmark's such a great country. It really is. People are friendly, they're honest, they're very trusting, unlike America, you know. Nobody can trust anybody here in America. Well, they can, but, you know.
It's far in between.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have, like, such an amazing fan base out there. You go out there, like, once a year, right?
Nah.
It seemed like it on Facebook when I followed.
I know everybody thinks that. No, I've only been out there. I was there in 2010, and I just was there in 2014, 2015. I was there for 6 weeks.
So when you tour, do you tour here? Do you tour overseas? Where are you?
Well, when I tour there, they set up shows for me. When I tour here, it's mostly local with my band, primarily the Candy Store Henchmen, which is my improvising orchestra that I conduct using physical gestures.
Cool. Now, tell me, when you started Candy Store Henchmen, are these the still original band members to the
There's only 3 or 4 that are still original that are here, because Viking Dentist, who played viola, is now in Los Angeles. Cousin Bones is in Dallas. I think there's one other guy. I don't know what happened to him. I think he went to Canada. But everybody else is still in the band.
That is awesome.
And then we added about 30 or 40 other people. But it's more like a collective. It's more like a loose collective. So I never know who's going to show up to a show.
That's awesome, though. I mean, you have that vibe with these people. It's very laid back, but yet it's still professional. You're still creating. You're still, working on everything you want to do. Like, you have that group behind you, giving you that support. Now, how do you put together something like this in the day of age of technology that everybody's using computers and everything else? You're using real instruments. So how do you find people that are still musically inclined to learn and constantly create?
Well, it's somebody. It's mostly word of mouth. Somebody says, "Hey, I know somebody," or if I know somebody, like I say, "Hey, I'd really like to come and play," even if you don't want to, even if it's I just get them one time, and then some people burn out. That happens too. One of my original members, Yeat Meat and Fiedel, maybe you've probably seen him, the man with the orange hair and the green pants, and
Okay.
yeah, yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. He's an original member, and he's gone through about 1, 2, 3. I think he's gone through 3 name changes
Over the years.
Yeah, over the years. But I knew him through my the last full-time job I had. So he was in another band that I was with called I started called $2 Cockroach, and Cousin Bones was in that one, and then he eventually moved. He $2 Cockroach split, and then I started the Henchman in 2010, December 2010.
Okay. How'd you come up with the name?
Oh, well, it's a tributary to one of the venues I played in Denmark in 2010. It's called Bolsjelfabrikken. It's like BOL, Bols, BOLS, Jeff, JEF, Jeff, ABRIKKA. It means, in Danish, it means candy store operators. So
that's where you came up with that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love the name. Candy Store Henchman has such a ring for me. I don't know why. It's catchy. It's very catchy. So do you write music? Do you read music?
No, I can't read music for anything. I failed music theory 3 times, actually.
No way.
Yeah, way. I'm afraid so.
How is that possible?
It's possible. I just can't read music, so I can hear it and I can feel by pitch and rhythm. The compositions that come up with are right here. So usually when I'm conducting, I kind of know where I want the next person to go. So when we're talking about conducting here, so if I can give you a demonstration, so I'll try to give you the clean ones.
Okay.
So this is downbeat. This one's make a funny noise with your instrument or your throat. If I yell dial, 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 that means just play annoyingly. This is sustain high note, sustain low note. If I do this one, it's percussion only, strings and woodwinds. Let me think. If I do this one, because I'm alluding to something else, I can't do the other one. If I do this one, this is like high E. Just use your imagination, folks. If I do this one, I pull out. That's the Nixon, because when you're think of shadow puppets, you got Nixon's long nose, right? Right. So this is also out. This is stop, stop. Stop, then the basic ones are like stop, come in. This one, when I dig like this is the Ditch Diggers dig. It's slow and serious. I've got a gestures of about 85 to 100 gestures.
Oh, wow.
So I came up with the system on my own.
How do you find throat singers? Are they like prevalent? Like there's a whole lot of them that you can find, or?
Well, all the throat singing comes from Tuva in Russia is the best way to say it. It's Western overtones.
Okay.
Yeah, but in Tuva there's tons and tons of Tuvan bands. I mean, there's quite a few in New York too, and I'm sure there's a couple in LA and also the West Coast as far as I recall. But no, not here so much. They tour a lot. I mean, I know I know 3 of them that tour, and I do know one guy he lives in Tuva. Of course, he married a Tuvan woman. So, but he knew my throat singing teacher when he was here in Chicago. But now he lives in New Mexico. My throat singing teacher.
How did you decide that you wanted to learn how to throat sing?
Well, this was the strangest thing, as always is. I wasn't getting along with one teacher, so I went to the Old Town School of Folk Music, and they said, "Well, try something else." So I saw throat singing. I thought, "Wow, this looks easy," and anything but easy. It took me 4.5 months to learn my first tone, which is the Gargara, which is the deeper one, and then like 20 minutes to learn Chalandic, which is the easier one. Sounds kind of like whistling. There's Sagut, which is like the whistling sound. I can't do that. Chalandic is not whistling, but it's tongue on the top of your teeth, and it's sort of blowing the air through it. It sounds easier than it actually is. And the Kargara is the deeper sound, and the Hume, which I can't do anymore, that's very high, and I can't do that anymore.
Is it a physical type of performance? Like you have to have like that stamina for the breathing?
Well, you think about circular breathing.
Mhm.
That's all it is. That's what you have to do. You have to constantly do it. That's you think about Ornette Coleman, who perfected the art of circular breathing, and when playing the saxophone. So that's pretty much what
the
you're
same.
doing. Yeah, that's what you're pretty much doing.
Could you demonstrate?
Oh, absolutely. I was hoping you'd ask me.
I was going to, because I've never heard live throat singing, so I have to. I have to ask.
So how about I do for you? I will do my favorite one. It's my minor hit. It's called Michael Board Weasel Squeezer.
Okay.
All right.
I'm in.
So am I.
Sid Yiddish, everybody. Throat singing live.
My I, my I, cool. Bow wow wow wow. Bow wow 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 wow. Bow wow 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 word. Wee 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 wee. Wee 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 wee. Wee 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 weasel. Squee wee 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 wee. Squee wee 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 wee. Squee wee 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 weezer.
Check that out. I can like feel like that is so much work. I feel like that is just, I can't imagine how you do a show. You're doing multiple songs, you know what I mean? It's hot, there's a bunch of people in the room. That's gotta take a lot.
Yeah, and again it depends. Hopefully the place isn't too cold, because I have to start warming up my throat. And like to give you an example, like America's Got Talent, they had me do a lot of promo shots, so they had me go outside. And it was cold. It was cold. There was a snowstorm. There was a snowstorm the week we were there, and so it takes a while to warm up the throat. So it's like an engine, like a car engine. And you're Minneapolis already, so you have to warm up your throat to get to that point. I mean, there's points when I can't. There's some days I can't sing because it's too dry, so I need a lot of water. I can't eat spicy food with it because it'll really mess up the folds. Oh no, it'll totally mess it up.
Wow.
It's easier. It looks easier than what it is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching you, and it's like I can't imagine. Do you have, okay, I know like as a comedian, before I go on stage, I have like my own little ritual. What do you do before you go on to perform, aside from warming up your throat? Do you have like a ritual?
Yeah, pray to God I'm going to go over and I'm not going to bomb. No, actually, I sit down, I just drink water, and I go over my list, and and this is what I hope is going to go right, and maybe I'll be making last minute changes, and put my costume on, and become Sid Yiddish.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, the throat singing, is that like what is the history behind it? Is there any like religious history, or just the country?
No, it's friends from Tuva in Russia, so that's where
that's where it was created.
Yeah, it's the best, the best way to describe it is Western overtones, and the best way I can suggest is you can Wikipedia it. That's the best thing. That's the short version. That's the shortest way I can explain it.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, because I mean, it sounds in a way like it might be like, like this cultural history behind it. And that's why I was curious.
I don't think there's any religion behind it. I'm very sure there isn't.
Oh, okay. That is amazing though. Like to discover something from another side of the planet, and just fall in love with it. And you've been touring, doing it for this long and been successful. That's amazing.
Well, that, and I still do poetry when I get asked for it. And I do poetry, I throat sing, my band. I don't really try comedy because I've actually never tried it. I've actually only tried it maybe once or twice, but I always get described as other because I've done so many other things.
Okay. Okay.
You're a variety entertainer.
For your poetry, what is your writing process?
Well,
Out of curiosity.
Well, I don't know. It just comes when it comes. I guess when I'm inspired or perspired, I suppose. That's usually when I start writing. Is when I'm perspired.
Do you have a I know for me, I can't be at home when I write.
Sometimes I'm at home. Sometimes I'm on the road. I mean, like when I'm on the road, like say on a bus or something, and I'll start writing it into my cell because I've got a notepad on my cell. Or I've got my journal also in my backpack, which I carry with me everywhere, and I'll write down there, or I'll write on scraps of paper. I'll bring it home later. But I have no real process anymore. But it's harder to write at home sometimes.
When did you get into poetry? Was that in?
That was in. That was 8th grade, I think. 8th grade when I was about 12 or 13, I think.
That's really cool. That's really cool. And was that what spurred your career into journalism and writing?
No, actually, when I was a kid, there were 3 things I wanted to be. I wanted to be a fireman. 4 things: fireman, baseball player, radio broadcaster, and president of the United States.
And you came close because you had 50 votes.
That's right, I did. As a Lincoln
close.
Republican write-in candidate.
So are you checking that off the list, or are we going back and running again?
Well, we've already been. My vice president and I have already talked about 2020.
Okay.
So we're looking at it.
All right, we're going for them 51 votes. Come on, people, get to the
we know we
polls.
can get them. We know we can get them.
Get them to the polls.
Yeah, exactly.
Sid Yiddish, throat singing for you. That's right.
That's right.
Bringing your candy store henchman to the legislature.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Awesome.
I could imagine what that would be like.
That's a new music video, kind of there for you. How was Shameless? I used the photo from Shameless as the promo.
Yeah.
And I mean, you and the character, I cannot think of his name off the top of my head, looked like you were just having...
Frank Kelliger.
You guys were having just like so much fun.
Yeah,
I heard he's very nice.
He is. He's super nice. He's really down to earth. He plays the ukulele. On the way to our scene, he was playing the ukulele, and we had a nice conversation about sheet music. I asked him if he collects sheet music, and he said he had a ton of them. And then he just started. He broke out in a song, and we actually sang "Making Whoopee" on the way up to the shoot. And then he told a really bad Jewish joke. I can't even remember it anymore. It's a Dave Mamet joke. He said it was one of his favorites, and it was just awful. So I thought, gotta find a better one to tell him, and I did. I did on the set, in between the shoots, and he loved it. So.
Yeah, because that picture, I love that picture. You guys just look like you're having a blast.
You know who took the photos, which was kind of interesting, was his wife, but I didn't know it was his wife at the time.
Oh wow!
I asked him for one photo. That's all I asked him for. But he's like, "Oh, come on, take a few more."
That's amazing. That's one of like a lot of Chicagoans' guilty pleasures is Shameless. So if you see the face, you know who it is.
You can't. But the thing is, if you're the one rule they have about being on the set is if you're not like working with them directly, you can't go up to them. You can't,
right.
Yeah, you can't ask for autograph. You can't do any of that stuff.
You're the help. I've been an extra, and
Right.
It's horrible. It's like leave your phone in the car, or they'll take it from you.
I'm not telling you where I put my phone when I'm on set.
No, I'm actually like that straight edge good girl. I leave my phone in the car. It's shut off. Like
There's
I don't
so
want
many people that take photos though.
They will like find a way to be like.
Well, my favorite story that I heard, I will not say who it is, and that's one of the few times I'll keep it nameless, is that this person actually was streaming live from, I want to say it was the set of APB, I think, reading a poem, which was crazy. It was super crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and you don't even do that. You don't even do that.
No, and I know that Empire actually hired after season 1 like a whole team that just watches everybody who works on the show. They watch your social media. So if you post anything, because something leaked, I think at the end of season 1, and this is why they did it.
Yeah.
If they catch you, like you cannot work for them, the casting company, like they will take you to court. Like they have a full legal team.
You have to sign.
Oh yeah, because you
have
do
to sign a release.
You sign a release when you first get there. Like I promise to abide by, But I've seen big, tall security men tell like these women, "Give me your phone," and the women think they're kidding, and they actually have an envelope, and they put the name of the person, and they throw it in the trunk of somebody's car. I'm not kidding. Like I've seen this happen.
Well, when I did the Ludacris video, there was somebody actually who was taking photos. They threw them right off the set.
Off the set, right? Yeah.
Scored them right off the set.
And that's the thing. It's like I posted a picture after I was filming Chirac. I posted a picture with Spike Lee. I didn't say anything about working on the set. I didn't say anything other than today was a great day. And I tagged his Instagram. It was there 2 seconds. I kid you not. That's how heavy they patrol these things. So I like to respect the rules and the other thing is too, and I know this as a performer, you're in your character, you're at work. People don't understand that. And like you might have worked 18 hours in front of the camera, slept 2, came back, they changed the script, and people are just not respectful.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's definitely true. I mean, most of the work I do is background, and they just tell us what to do. And for that particular scene, they told us what to do. They told me what to do as well.
Out of all the work that you've done though on TV, which was your like absolute favorite to work on? Is that a tough question?
Actually, the one with Bill Macy was my favorite. It was really my favorite because they kind of let me do what I wanted to do, more or less.
What show was that in particular?
Shameless.
Oh, that was Shameless. Okay.
I'm sorry, I called him Bill, not William, but I worked on another episode, season 7, episode 5, where this hat was actually in the shoot, because I played a homeless guy, of course.
Yes, I remember this. Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing the still pictures. Yes.
Yeah.
That was, and I love how like you just fall right in like nothing to all these different characters. Like seriously, you have to follow him and see his videos because you'll understand what I'm saying. Like you just a chameleon. You could do whatever they want you to do, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. I can roll over and beg for them if I want.
Are you thinking about getting your SAG card and going like full?
I've actually been thinking about that. Yeah, I have been looking for an agent. That's an honest thing. So if anybody out there wants to represent me, just think Andy Kaufman. That's
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. That's
I love it.
Pretty much what I'm.
I love it. Dominic Nadi, if you're watching, check out Sid Yiddish. This might be your guy. Oh my goodness! I love that you brought up Andy Kaufman. That is hilarious.
It happens because so many people, at least 6 times throughout my career, people say, "Oh, you're just like Andy Kaufman."
I love it. I love that. I really liked watching him over the. What a shame. It's like all the greats.
Yeah, I know. And he went out way too fast.
Yes, he did. But I can see where people say that about you. But the SAG card, man, I gotta tell you, that is expensive.
Yeah, I think it's like 3,000 to 5,000 or something.
Yeah. Way more than what I got. I'm like $4,099.99 short for that SAG. And you have to have. Well, the good thing is you had the credits behind you. And you've had speaking roles.
I've had a few, yeah.
And so that helps you because now you're actually, on the tail end. You can read the credits and see Sid Yiddish. And that's the name that they use for you on screen, correct?
Well, like the example, like the Shameless one, I won't even get credit for that. But for some other films that I've been in, I will get credit for that name. Yeah.
Are you currently doing any projects?
You mean film-wise or
film, TV?
No. Well, film, yeah. But I'm working on these. We call them DOCTA films, which stands for Department of Communication Technology Arts, and that's through Dr. Nothing Productions. Dr. Nothing is one of my bandmates and the henchman, and we're actually working on episode 23. So I'm in 16 of this will be the 17th one I've appeared in.
So is this like a web series, a docu-series?
Yeah, it's like a web series, I guess you could say.
Where can people find it?
YouTube right now.
YouTube right now? Okay.
Yeah,
are you guys going to pitch it, you think?
Don't know yet.
Because a lot of web series are getting pitched these days.
It'd be great if we could pitch this one.
A lot of, like, believe it or not, I don't know how people are finding this. I stumble across some of these every now and again. People are looking for video shorts. How long is
Oh,
an episode?
These are like 2 or 3 minutes.
See, yeah, a lot of places are asking for like 2 or 3 minutes of video. This is, maybe we can make this into a regular
Sometimes
sitcom.
a couple of them have shown up on like TV shows out east or whatever, and then they pick the oddest ones to show.
Well, I mean, look at, like, HBO has a lot of independent, network stuff.
Right.
Netflix has a whole bunch of independent shows. Anything's possible. And now you've got, people are doing different Vines and Snapchat, and people are getting famous in all different forms of media. So.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been at this for a while.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've been at it for a while. Projects coming up in terms of recording coming up. I've got a few projects coming up. I've got this release. It's called The Worst of Sid Yiddish. And,
love the title.
Thank you. And it's being put out by a guy by the name of Pat Rubbish. And it's he's a noise guy, so it's all about the underground pretty much. And there's a huge network of underground artists, all noise artists and musicians, bands, poets, puncture kind of stuff.
You had mentioned earlier that you were with a smaller label. Was that your label, or?
No, that was actually Dr. Nothing's label. That's all. What was it? It's all. Now it escapes me, the figures. I know that you'll text me the thing, but it's it's like Aleatory Records. That's
okay.
It. That's it. Okay, so Aleatory Records. I'm also on a bunch of other ones like Bless You. And TFR. I'm on. Let me think.
Are these independent?
Yeah, all independent. Wet Peltics, which is a tape label. I'm on Misspelled Records. That's out of Vietnam, I think.
Oh, wow.
I've done some one-shot deals that are out of Germany, Denmark, a few here in America. Very tiny labels. But the thing is with I'm on a couple of tape labels. Well, actually, The Worst of Sid Yiddish is going to be a tape. It'll be a tape, so it's coming out. We have the cover will be done by Jason Evil Cavelli. Liner notes will be my Michael Board, who's the throat singing song is based on him. And it'll be the best and the worst of things that most people who have never heard me will hear. Things like the opening song we had, "Living Life I Bring."
But I love it.
Will be that'll be on. Thank you, but that'll be on that too.
All right. How many tracks do you think it'll be on there?
Well, it's 60 minutes, so it's probably about 15, maybe 15 or about 15, 16 total.
When you do a show, how many songs do you do at a show?
Well, at compositions, it depends. If we're as with the Henchman, it depends. If we have an hour, let's say we get let's say we get 30 minutes. If we get 30 minutes, I can probably do about 3 or 4. If we get an hour, I can do about 15.
That's got to be exhausting.
It's not.
Really?
It's no. And I've got favorite ones. We always get requests to do favorite ones. The band always asks to do our 2 favorites, which is 90-Minute Delay on the Eisenhower and Flight of the Satanic Danish Squirrel.
All right. I like the title of the first one because I think all of us have been in 90
Yeah,
minutes
if you know what
delay.
if you know what it's like when it's like raining or snowing.
Or Monday morning.
Yeah. It's awful. It's
Friday
awful.
evening. Like, it's I think I spend like just half my life on the highway. It's just terrible.
Well,
terrible.
That's what happens when you live in a big city.
I know. Speaking of, are you collabing with anybody anytime soon?
Collaborating?
As far as music?
Yeah. Actually, a guy in Australia, in Adelaide, Australia, by the name of Hectic Head, and also an underground guy. But God, this guy is so prolific. He just like cranks music out left and right. Like every week, he's putting stuff up on SoundCloud or Bandcamp. This guy is incredible. He really is. And you really are Hectic Head. You seriously, you are, man. You know you are.
That's a cool shout out. That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That is awesome.
It's I think it's like I think it's about a little bit after 6 or 7 now Monday morning.
Oh, wow.
They're about I want to say he's about 14 and a half hours ahead of us.
You know, I always laugh about places that are ahead of us because I was teasing my daughter when she was like 24 hours ahead of us or 16. I was like, can you get the lottery numbers? Like, and call me before 9 o'clock? Like, cause does that happen? Like, can that work? Like, does it make you
Well,
think?
sure, anything can work.
Like, I'm just like,
If
can
you
she
put your
get me
mind
the
to it.
lottery numbers? And I just need one day. You know what I mean? I'm not greedy. I'm just, you gotta see, we gotta figure that one out. Like, if somebody in another country could do that, like, just tune in, like, put their
Knowing
hearing-
them, if they would just give me some random numbers or whatever, that's what they would do to me.
You're like, these weren't winners. What happened? Did you get to throat sing for Luda?
No, but actually, what happened was his manager came by and he was wearing his satin baseball jacket, and he looks at me and says, "Yo, Rabbi, you speak Yiddish?"
How cool is he?
He was a nice guy.
That's
Nice guy.
awesome. But I can't believe you were like on set, like super hot steam bath. Just how did you keep the energy?
Well, there was water, and I just kind of like took my hat and I fanned my hat, and I was okay.
Cool, because I've been on set where it's like keep the same energy. People, I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah, it was like it was
A
industrial
bajillion
fans,
degrees.
but there was nothing. There was
it's
no.
blowing more hot.
Yeah,
I would think.
yeah. There was no. Actually, though, everybody on the set, specifically the producers and the camera people, or the filmmakers, I guess, they all said, "Wow, you look so real."
And you're like, I am.
He's like, well, yeah, exactly. But all that stuff that was happening, it was just a crazy time on that set.
I can imagine. Have you thought about writing a book of poetry, or do you have a book published?
I've got a couple chapbooks. I've got Shortness of Breath, and another one called Our Love for Liverpool, which I did with my mom a few years back. I've got some things, but yeah, but I've thought about that. I'm at the age now where I'm thinking about writing a memoir.
At 25, what could you tell in a memoir?
No. Yeah. I'm your age, Mom.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
We're in the medical books.
I think right now it's called. Right now I'm calling it. I did what?
Nice.
And,
I like
right,
that.
and then that's a shout out to Jason Evil Covelli, who came up with that for me. But anyway, yeah. So that I've kind of had I guess I don't want to say I've had a storied life, but I've certainly had a very colorful life.
I have to ask. I've heard the word chapbook before. I'm not familiar with what that is.
Chapbook.
What's the difference between?
Well, a chapbook is like a chapter, so you figure it's like 20 poems or something. It's a short book.
Okay. So it's basically whatever one chapter would be.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you said you had mentioned that you write haiku.
Haiku.
Is that your preference?
Yeah, because to me they're like little jazz riffs or something like that, and they're easier to blow out, and just like you got 3 little things. But I write like American haiku, which is free verse, and not like your basic Japanese haiku or tanka or whatever it is. I think I prefer it over regular poetry, but I do write poetry when the moment comes. I do write it. So
I love poetry. Actually, I had written a poem. I wish I had a copy of this. I had written a poem in 8th grade. My teacher took it and sent it to a contest, and they published it.
Really?
In an English book. And I'm like, I look back now and I'm like, that heifer took the check. Like, I'm so bad. I'm like, because I wished I had a copy of the book at least. When you're a kid, you don't know any better. And she just came to me one day and was like, surprise, you got published.
Google.
I don't remember the name of just don't get old, people. I don't even remember the name of the title. I'm so mad. I wish I did.
You can easily go to maybe that school library would have it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to try and find it. I really want to try and find it. I've always wanted to get a copy of it. So I want you to tell everybody where they can find anything and everything Sid Yiddish.
Well, I'm at twitter.com/Sid Yiddish, Facebook /Sid Yiddish. Then there's a Sid Yiddish fan page, and then there is the Candy Store Henchman fan page, also on Facebook. On YouTube, you can just Google Sid Yiddish. You will find everything. And also, if you want to Google me, I'm very Googleable.
Googleable, is that a new word?
Google. Well, yeah, that's my word. And you can also Google me on. Well, you can look me up on Bing. Last time I checked on Bing, I think it was something like 850,000 hits.
Wow.
So it's I'm kind of popular.
And your music?
Music,
SoundCloud,
SoundCloud, Reverb Nation. Let me think. MySpace, I think. And I have a website. It's like a weebly.com/Sid Yiddish, I think.
Okay. And are you performing anytime soon here in the city?
Yes. Am I allowed to mention other radio stations though? Can I do that? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Okay. So on April 14th, we are at Q4 Radio with Peter Nicolai. And on the 16th, we are at Resistor in Chicago. Resistor's like my studio, I swear, at home, my apartment. That's how big that place is. It's probably as big as this place. And then on May 11th, we are again at Q4 Radio with his name is Larry. Larry, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, your last name, but it's like Grouchkey.
Gruchowski.
Yes, Gruchowski.
The gentleman Gruchowski show.
Yeah.
I've been on his show. Shout out to Larry.
Sorry, Larry. It happens. And then we're doing a taping on Comcast on the 18th. The 18th.
Of May?
Yeah, and then June 22nd, we will be on WZRD, which is our home, away from home, I think. They seem to love us because we show up every 6 months.
That is fantastic. And of course, if you miss any of this and you're looking to find out, I'm sure Sid will tag me and I will have it on my LOL with Miss Nikki page here at IntellectualRadio.com. Sid, thank you so much for coming out. I love you, sweetheart. All the best to you and the Candy Store Henchman.
Thank you
and
so much
all
for
your
having
stuff.
me, Nikki.
You know, I have nothing but love for you, sweetheart. And I can't believe how it's up, but we have to listen to Living the Life I Bring.
That's right.
By Sid Yiddish. Can I say in the Candy Store Henchman? Is this what?
No, it's not Candy.
No,
okay.
It's because I don't want to give a shout out.
No, it's Chop Shop produced. Chip Nipple is my producer. He made a great record. God bless him.
And remember, like I always tell you, check out all my sponsors, like their pages. You know, things are coming up, spring's coming. All these people can help you out. The insurance, the music, the doctor, everybody. Check out those pages, like my page, like IntellectualRadio.com, like Sid Yiddish's page. Anybody's page, like everybody's page. And like I always say, laugh till you cry, or cry till you laugh, but either way, keep laughing. Until next time.
Time to get Sid Yiddish on. In my heart, losing my soul. Ain't got no job, can't pay the toll. Down the street I bounce, down the alley I sing. It's the city I love, living my life I bring. Down the street I bounce.
Welcome home. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you right now. Nigga, this is it.
The red light train. Something's wrong with this rambling brain. Layla, stay tonight.